I'm here today at BBC Media City. Now we're here to interview Roger Johnson. Now Roger has moved from BBC South up here to BBC North. Now we're going to go inside in a few moments, so we're going to have a word with Roger and we're just going to see what inspirational advice he can actually give to some of you young people wanting to join the media today.
I got a job at Radio Manchester, so I came and worked at Oxford Road in Manchester for a few years, in radio. And I just got bitten by the bug. I mean, I always had an idea it was what I wanted to do. I'd got a bit of work experience along the way, which I think nowadays particularly is absolutely key to anybody who, you know, thinks they want to get a career in the media. There are lots of people who have media studies courses, media studies degrees, but actually having the work experience under your belt is really invaluable, particularly nowadays, as I said. Yeah, you're right. I then got an opportunity to move back into television, which was back down south, just purely by chance. It's just the way it worked out. And there wasn't an opportunity for me here at the time, and I did try. But the way things have worked out, a few years down the track, I'm back here in a job that I never in a million years would have imagined that I could have got, and I'm loving it. And it's a great place to work, and of course a great part of the world to work in. So.
Great. So you found settling in obviously back up here in the north quite easy then? Yeah,
I mean, I grew up near Stoke-on-Trent anyway, so to a large extent it was coming home. Anyone who's, maybe people who've seen this might know they might have been through it as a family. Relocating a whole family is a good deal more tricky than you might expect. But yeah, I mean, professionally, personally, I'm delighted with it and really pleased with the job and the people I work with, of course. Which is, although we've got a lovely facility at Media City and it's all shiny and new and very exciting, it's just a building. It's the people who you work with who make it, and the people that you interact with on a daily basis, and they've been lovely as well, and they're great people to work with. So yeah, I'm very happy.
Great stuff. So for young people obviously wanting to come into the industry, what qualities would you tell them that they actually need to have?
I think first and foremost you've got to have perseverance. You've got. I mean, you I'm sure know yourself. I mean, you've got to really want to do it. It's antisocial sometimes. You've got to work weekends, you've got to work evenings. It's not a 9-to-5 job more often than not. Depending on where you're working, there's shift work and stuff like that. But if you're right at the beginning thinking, I want to get in and it's what I really want to do, you've got to love it. And so I was talking to someone the other day actually who he was quite hard line about it. He said, I just tell people if they don't love it, don't bother, because it's hard work, and if all you want to do is be famous, forget it, because it's a lot of hard work and everything else. Well, if you want to be famous, then it's the way to do it. If you can't get on Britain's Got Talent or whatever, a career in the media is a way to do it. But you've got to really, really want to be famous if that's what drives you, because it's not going to happen overnight, and more often than not, certainly for someone like me, that wasn't my motivating factor. I just wanted to work in radio. I just loved words. I loved the medium. I loved describing things. I just thoroughly enjoyed that. And being on the telly is just a progression that's happened in my career. It's not why I set out to do it at all in the first place. But I think the fundamental quality that you've got to have, whatever your motivations for wanting to do it, why ever you want to do it, is you've got to have real commitment, stickability, if you like. You've got to have perseverance, because for some people, they get there just like that. Lucky them. For other people like me, lots of people I work with, I've been in the job almost 20 years. It takes time.
So your career has also took you to the World Cup 2010 in Johannesburg, hasn't it? How exciting was that?
It was great. I mean, it was a real thrill. I mean, I'm very fortunate in what I've done. Is that in that I've had an opportunity to do lots of different things. To some extent, maybe you could say I'm like a jack of all trades, master of none. But I've had the opportunity to go to the World Cup. I've commentated on Match of the Day, which was a real thrill. I've presented the news on the BBC's News Channel, which was great. And sort of as a challenge, that was possibly the biggest challenge, because you have to get your head around so many different things that are going on in the world at the same time and be ready to jump from one to another at the cut of a camera, really. But I've left all that, I've sort of put that all to one side now, because I've just so delighted and honoured to have been given the opportunity to take over from Gordon when he stopped on North West Tonight. And really loving the current job, and that's all I have time to do now. So I'm very happy with that.
What advice would you actually give to young people? What sort of inspirational messages would you put out there for them?
Regardless of what they want to do, just whatever it is you want to do, just don't let anyone deflect you. If you have a dream and you want to do it, then go for it. Do your best. Just be true to yourself. I mean, I think that's the key thing is, work hard. You've got to work hard. You've got to be persistent. You've got to persevere. You will get setbacks and you will get knockbacks along the way. And eventually, maybe one day you'll think, actually, I'm not quite going to get to what I wanted to achieve. But nonetheless, whatever it is you have achieved is an achievement in itself. And, just go for it.